Good morning. Welcome again to the Morning Mindset of LiveBuildChange.com. I am Carey Green. I'm here to give you a shot in your soul. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to help you get your mind straight for the day. Because remember, we leak. The truth leaks out. We got to refill it every day. And it's not a legalistic or religious thing. Please understand that. If you're doing these morning mindsets out of a sense of obligation, hey, turn it off right now. Stop and get your heart right with God, because guilt has no place in this. There's no sense in which you've got to prove something to God or pay God off or live up to a certain standard, because He's done everything you need for you in the person of Jesus Christ. You see, a Christian life is lived successfully by understanding, by knowing in your mind and in your heart of hearts that you are complete in Jesus Christ. And that's what the morning mindset from Live, Build, Change is all about. It's about helping you apply the truth that God has revealed about who you are because of what He has done. And so this morning, we're talking still in Ephesians chapter 1. We're looking at this prayer that Paul was revealing to the Ephesian church, how he prayed for them and the kinds of things he prayed that they would know and that they would understand. Yesterday, we talked about the immeasurable great power that God has and He extends to us as His children, and that He gives to us so that we can live the kind of life we should. And it's power that's rooted in the person of Jesus Christ and in His resurrection inside of us. It's a power that lives through us. It's a power that comes out when we interact with people, when we do our work, when we carry out the duties of every day. But he goes on in the passage and he says that power was the power that raised Him from the dead, incredible power, and it seated Him in the heavenly realm. That's amazing power. And it says it placed Him far above all rule and authority and power and dominion, and above every name that is named, not only in this age, but also in the one to come. And He put all things under His feet, Jesus' feet, and gave Jesus as head over all things to the church. Now, what does all that have to do with living a life today that is pleasing to God and that is full of the power of God? I'm telling you, it has everything to do. Because when you talk about Jesus living in you, it's one thing to have this conception of meek and mild Jesus. You know, He was loving, He was kind and all that, and He lives in me. Well, that's great. We need those things in our lives, don't we? But it's another thing altogether to recognize the Jesus who lives in us right now is the Jesus who is now seated at the right hand of God. And He is above all rule and authority and power and dominion. And I think Paul is talking there about spiritual authorities, demons, angels, the forces that are out there in the spiritual realm and war against us. He's saying Jesus is over all of those things. So when we take that truth into everyday life, and we think about the things we have to face, I mean, let's face it, there are times we feel very overwhelmed. There are times we feel very outnumbered. There are times when we feel intimidated by the people around us who seem to have it all together or seem to be coercive or manipulative and are trying to squeeze us into their mold. But if we remember, the life that flows through me right now is the life of Jesus, who is over every power and dominion, not only in this age, but also in the age to come. We can stop and we can breathe easy. And we can say to ourselves, I have nothing to fear. I have no reason to feel less than, or intimidated, or insecure, or incompetent. Because the life source that lives in me is the very person of Jesus Christ, who is the ruler over everything. Do you get it? Do you see how that change makes all the difference in how you approach today? And your job right now is to believe that. Say it to yourself. Jesus Christ, the ruler of everything, lives in me. Say it to yourself over and over and over until you believe it, because it's the truth. And then go out and live a life of faith in that power in you that Jesus provides, and see Him do some great things. Find out more about Live, Build, Change at livebuildchange.com. God bless you.